Hi friends, thanks for joining us today for the first video in our new series on the sin virus. I hope you will consider joining us for the rest of the videos in this series. Look out for them on YouTube, they'll be up in the coming days. But keep watching for more details of how to find them. But more of that later. Let's start this video with a consideration of the single biggest issue today. The issue that is almost exclusively dominating today's headlines. That's right, the coronavirus. And at the time of going to press, we have seen over 2 million cases in over 200 countries with around 140,000 deaths. And that's only the recorded numbers. The actual numbers are very much likely to be higher. So there's no doubt about it. This pandemic is dangerous and has and will continue to claim lives for the foreseeable future. I wonder, my friend, how is it affecting you? Well, I want to tell you that no matter how dangerous the coronavirus may seem, there is a deadlier virus, much deadlier. It's called the sin virus. This sin virus is so deadly it has infected the entire human population. And if the cure is not taken, then it has a 100% mortality rate. Now, one of the deadliest things about this virus is that very few people actually acknowledge that they have it, even though everyone does. And even though the symptoms are clearly evident and manifest themselves every day. And that makes it extremely dangerous, because if we have it and we refuse to accept it, then we won't take the cure. And then what will happen is that we just become another mortality statistic. Interestingly though, it's always easier to see the symptoms in other people than it is to see them in ourselves. But the stark reality is this: every single human being has been infected with the sin virus since birth. It's not contagious like the coronavirus. The sin virus is genetic, and so there is nothing we can do to escape it. Not one of us can escape it. Face masks, personal protective equipment, surgical gloves, all of these things, they offer no protection against it. And here's where it gets very interesting. When we are told that we have the sin virus, we get really angry. We manifest one of its symptoms. We seem to prefer to be ignorant and not think about it. After all, ignorance, they say, is bliss, but not in this case, my friend. No, in this case, ignorance is remiss. Now just imagine that I'm your doctor. If I knew that you had a terminal disease, but decided not to tell you because I was afraid of upsetting you, even though I knew that there was a cure that you could take, would I be a good doctor or a bad doctor? Easy? A bad doctor, right? Well, my dear friends, I want to be a good doctor, not a bad doctor. And so that means that I have got to risk upsetting you so that you might realize the danger of your condition. It's a terminal prognosis. It's going to end in death unless you take hold of the cure. My hope is that you would take hold of that medicine with both hands and be completely cured. Because, my dear friends, the alternative is too horrible to bear. Jesus Christ said 2,000 years ago that we were not to fear that which could kill the body, but rather we were to fear the one who, after the killing of the body, has the power to throw body and soul into hell. My dear friends, I plead with you, for the sake of your eternal soul, please continue watching this video series. Please stick with it. I want to be a good doctor. I know I risk upsetting you, but it's a risk worth taking. For I must tell you the bad news, yes, the very worst news, so that you can become convinced of your need to take hold of the cure. And let me tell you, my friend, no matter how sick you are with the sin virus, the cure, if it's taken, will always succeed. It is underwritten by God Himself. So, my dear friends, will you join me as we begin to take a closer look at this, the deadliest of all viruses, the sin virus? Well, the title of the next video in this series is on the screen now. It will be called The Sin Virus. Where did it start and how did I get it? Look out for it on YouTube in the coming days. Just type the title into the search bar, followed by RWB Stevenson, and it should pop up on the screen. Check it out. So until next time, my dear friends, stay safe, stay well,